Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Ohio, and I'm here to bring you my Simply Saturday video number 77. And it's an easy video, an easy card that I'm doing for the video today because I'm trying to make my Saturdays a little bit more simple. I was really getting away from that, and I'm trying to come back to that and making some cards that you could do fast and easy. So anyway, that's what we're doing. But first, I just want to tell you that to remember that, the new catalog is out. It started the 1st of May. Our joining special is going to end Sunday. So if you want to get in on that to get the new ink pads and stuff, you need to hop on that bandwagon where you can, for $99, get $125 worth of product that you get to pick out. Plus, you get the 5 new in-color ink pads, which is another $70 value on that. So if you need help with that, just let me know. I'd love for you to join my team and be able to get such a good deal. And we have our collaborative group that has a video and then 2 PDFs, so it's 3 projects that you can get for a $50 order or more. And also the botanical berries, is that what it's called? It's vellum. It's our product of the month. It's $5 with a $75 order. Really pretty vellum to make some pretty cards. And all that is going to end Saturday. And then as far as the collaborative group, then Sunday we have a new set of 3 that you'll be able to get. So but right now I'm going to show you a card. It's very, very simple. I don't even think you need directions for it, but I will have a PDF up with the measurements and stuff like I usually do. And what else am I going to say? I think that's about it. I think we need to make a card. What about you? I love to make cards. Oh, if anybody was here and heard about my my precision glue gun incident that glue squirted out all over again, I don't think it was actually because I laid it down. We did find out my friend pulled the label off and there was a crack in it. So it was leaking there. But she got it all cleaned out. Then I cleaned it with Goo Gone, and another friend gave me a new bottle. And so I think my precision glue gun is back in business. We're going to use it today and see. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about that because that was all crazy incident. So let's turn the camera around. There we go. You don't see my cat around. I don't know where she's at. She's sleeping somewhere, I'm sure, so she can be ready to get in things when it's time, because that's what she loves to do. I am going to take, and I'm going to refresh my page here so I can see the video and see how well my card's looking in the screen there. I think it looks okay. I think you can see it well enough. This is a card I made with just it's got your regular card base. There's my yarn for tonight. Oh, excuse me. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You have 2 pieces of white that's 5 1/4 by 4, which one piece goes here on the front, one piece on the inside. We have a piece of DSP cut 5 by 3 3/4 that we cut diagonally, and then we'll cut some off of this one again. That's where you get the piece for here. And then I took a die out of the die set. I'll be showing that to you. And then I cut another one out of the Darling Duckling and cut it in half so I can have a little border at the top and the bottom. Did a flower out of one of the circle dies, and then some little leaves. I'll show you all the dies that I used and stuff right here in a second. So I am going to make this one out of the hydrangea hue. And the paper I used is called Paper Medley. And it's this paper right here. And I don't even know if I have all of it. Turn it around so I can flip it. But this one has the wood grain on this side. This is the one that's on my sample card with the Darling Duckling. Then here's a stitching with a pretty peacock piece. This is what I'm going to use to make our card now. That's Misty Moonlight with hydrangea hue on the back. That's what we'll be using. So we saw that we're going to use today. And then we have a couple more. We have this, which is like a little blue flower with a little leaf under it. And then a crumb, I think that's crumb cake or basic beige, one of the two lines. This is the one we're using. And then we have a black and white with the polka dots and then the stripes. Okay, so that is this paper called Paper Medley. It is in the current catalog that we have right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer because I wanted to show you how I trimmed my paper. So this is my embossing blade. So we're going to just push it down. We're going to use the dark one, which is our cutting blade. So what I'm going to do with this piece of 5 by 3 3/4 piece of DSP, I'm going to put this in where the cutting blade goes. I'm going to put tip to tip at an angle. Okay, so we can do that. And then I'm just going to shut that and cut my angle. So there we have 2 pieces. So I'm going to bring a piece of my 5 1/4 by 4 inch white. This is going to go in my corner, but I want this one to turn like this, but as you can see, it's too big, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and make sure that I'm going to cut off about maybe 3/4 of an inch or a little bit less, maybe probably about 5/8 of an inch, something like that. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put this down. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. So let's do this. And I want to trim that off. So then what I'm going to have, I'm going to glue this right here. And I'm going to leave a border around the edge. And then I'm going to take this one. And wait a minute, let me get it going right. This one's going to go right in here. So therefore, I just want to make sure I don't have the corners going over. So there's going to be my card. Very easy, right? So I want to cut this piece 5 1/4 inch. I do believe is what it'll be. So I'm going to trim that. Actually, it's 5 inch. There we go. 5 inch. I'll throw these little pieces away. This is going to be for the inside of our card. Okay. So let's put that here. Put this down. So let's go ahead and glue the card together. Okay, this part of the card together. So here's my precision glue gun. It better be good. There we go. I love how thin these lines are. I tell you what, I'm so used to this. When I had it a hot mess and I was waiting to clean it, I had glue all over the place using a glue bottle. And that's sad. So I'm just going to put this down, leaving a border, okay? There we go. And then this one's going to go here. And I'm basically going to leave the same border around that as I did on that side. And that's off center, and that's okay. And we don't have to have everything just centered. Well, unless maybe you're an engineer or something, maybe you'll want it just centered. But in my realm of the world, I'm okay with it, just like this. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and take this piece, and I think I'm going to use the dark piece on that side. So I'm just going to add some glue up the center of this a little bit. And I'm going to center this on this card right here. There we go. Okay, let's take our card base. Remember, here's where it's scored, so that's indented in. This is the hump, and the hump side goes onto the inside of your card. It gives you a nicer look out here at the fold. So let's just go ahead and fix that. We will glue this to the inside, get it out of our way. We don't need it in our way, do we? Not right now, we don't. So, does everybody have plans for the weekend? We have another graduation party today, and it'll be fun. It's actually my grandson's girlfriend's graduation party. He's in the Coast Guard, and he already had to go back to his station. So we're all going to go support her in her graduation. She's going to be leaving for college in August. So we have to go and support her. Oh, I forgot to get my stamp pad out. Ouch, I just hit my toe. I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight, the darker of the two blues. I'm going to use this Happy Birthday stamp. I'm going to stamp this down a little bit. Just going to let the ink soak in that a minute. Pull it up, and there we have a nice image that says Happy Birthday. While I have my ink open, let's move something out of the way so I don't make a mess. I'm going to ink this up for my inside because it's going to say Happy Birthday on the outside. Make sure I get it all inked up really good. And then the inside says, wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. So let's hold that down for a second. The ink will soak into the paper, and up we come. So there we have our inside of our card, and we have our little guy. I took the sample away so you haven't even seen it. There it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to bring my paper cutter back in. Doesn't really matter if I get this centered or not when I cut it. I'm just going to put it on the paper cutter. And I have my two pieces cut. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take, there went my paper cutter in the floor. So I'm just going to add some glue down here to the bottom. And then I'm going to line this up. You can leave as big as a border as you want on the bottom. That looks good to me. Now I'm going to take and put some glue up here at the top, here at the bottom, and maybe take this little piece and put it on it. Just cut that like that. Put a piece right here in the center. That way it'll hold it up. And we're going to stick it right here on our card front. So let's peel all the paper off. Get all of that off, right? And I'm going to just lay it right here. Now I'm going to put a little flower on it. You see I put the little yellow flower. I'm going to use the crisp cantaloupe flower on here. And I'm going to bring in, let me pick up my paper trimmer before I fall on it or trip over it or do something silly. So I'm going to bring in this mat right here. And I'm going to bring in my crisp cantaloupe flower. And I'm going to take my stylus for my scoring tool. And I'm just going to do this. Kind of gets it to come up like so. And what I'm going to do is I also have a few leaves. I'm going to take 2 leaves. And I'm going to glue my leaves on. See if it matters which way they go. Not really. So I'm going to do my leaves. I'm going to hang this one over like right here. Make sure I get the right side going up. And this one, I'll put over here on this side. Whoops, stuck to my finger. Not a good sign. There we go. And then I'm going to add some glue to this right here at the base of that flower. Just a little dot. You can see that. And I'm going to stick it right there. And I'm going to take my stylus and just poke it down a little bit. Make sure it stays. And then I'm going to bring in my 2025-2027 ink color flat pearls. And I am going to use the Darling Duckling and put a yellow center in my flower. Yeah, I am. So just kind of want that to be down. And that is all I'm going to do to this card. It's very simple. What do you think? Here's the one I had made. Oh, well, I guess I better put it on my card front first. I forgot I didn't do that yet. But what I'm going to do with that is I'm also going to pop it up. So, oops. That one brought the back paper and all up. Don't need that. So we're just going to put these on. I like everything popped up. I don't know why. I just have a big thing with dimensions, I guess. I don't know. Okay, now we're going to take our backings off. And then we're going to put this on. Sure, we're going to take this one off. Maybe in a minute. There we go. He was being stubborn. And then I am going to, I do not know what I got all over my hands. Ink, something. I've been playing in my craft room. So no telling what got all over my hands. So there we go. Now we have 2 cards done. Sometimes it takes me a minute. And I think what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to do it to both of them, is I'm going to add a couple more dimensionals on here. I mean, not dimensionals, embellishments. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So let's add maybe, I don't know, I think I'm going to put just 2 right there. I like 2 together. So there we go. We've got that one. So now let's do this one. Since I'm going to use the bigger ones on it. So there we go. Add a couple more. I like that. I like that. So what do you think? It's another way to use up some DSP, and you know how I am, trying to get everybody to use your printed papers. And that could just make you up a bunch of cards. You could do happy birthday, get well, hello. You could do this card with any kind of saying that you wanted, which I think looks really, really nice. So there we go. Did I stamp my inside yet? Yep. So it says, happy birthday, wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. I think those go together really well. So I hope you like the video, and I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you can be creative sometime this weekend, and that I'm planning on doing that. I don't know about tomorrow, but Sunday, after I get home from church, I will plan on being in my craft room for a while. So you all have a good one, and I'll see you hopefully on Tuesday with my Tuesday Facebook Live video. Thank you, and bye.